Hi traders, good morning. Welcome to this Euro dollar and pound dollar video. My name is Chris from Elite Currency. And before we take a look at the markets, take a look at our ECS live trading. I think you're going to love our CAMACD MTF setups, for instance, and other strategies as well. So more info on that on ECS live trading. All right, so Euro dollar, first of all, we are not getting the bullish reversal as I expected. Price is continuing with the downtrend that we've seen on this 4-hour chart and is now retesting the previous bottom. It is not looking good for the bulls at this point, and it is breaking through the 88.6 fib. So with that said, when it breaks through that kind of fib, it is probably not a wave 1-2 anymore. Technically, officially, it is not invalidated, the wave 1-2 pattern, unless price breaks below the bottom of 111.75. That has not happened yet. But I do think that something else, some other wave pattern, some other structure is taking place due to this break, right? Because if the 88.6 fib would have held this double bottom as well and other patterns that were playing out here, then that still could have been confirming this wave 1-2 pattern. We did get some upside, but price ultimately just went sideways, was not able to break above the 21 EMA, which was critical. As I mentioned in the previous video, the break above the 21 EMA, break, preferably pullback, and then continuation. Nothing of that sort happened, and price actually just continues now lower. So with that said, it is looking like a bearish break is more possible. The question is, how will it break? Will it be a sustainable break? Because every time price has made a break, it has not really had a lot of momentum in it. It has moved to the upside after this break. And the overall pattern is still one of a falling wedge. So it makes it a little bit tricky in that sense, right? What I would like to see, as I already mentioned last time, is a strong bearish candle with a close in your low, a pretty volatile candle. Then look for a bear flag on the hourly chart the day after and look for a continuation lower. That's still the pattern I'm looking for to trade it to the downside. If you were following ECS Live, we had some short setups in this downside. And you might have capitalized on that. But at this moment, it's a little bit tricky with the bottom so close by at this point. I don't think it's that great. But if we get a good daily candle, that reopens the Euro dollar upside. How about, downside. How about upside? I also am not a big fan of upside at this moment unless we really get a clear break above 21 EMA on the daily chart, perhaps. Again, with the close below, above it. Otherwise, tricky environment for the longs at this moment as price is just moving lower and lower and not kind of reacting to these support levels that I expected at least. The overall pattern is still a falling wedge though, so we got to be careful to trade it in both ways at this moment, I think, with the Euro dollar. And the pair is not an easy pair and not an easy situation at this point. But if you get a close like 111.50, 111.20, pullback and continuation down to 110 then is possible. Otherwise, if it just hangs around, here a little bit like this, then starts to show dojis as price is kind of still at that falling wedge kind of support. Even if it breaks this bottom, then it could still be, a support level for one more rally up, as we've seen here and here and here and even here, right? So this is kind of the environment that the Euro dollar is in at this moment. No clear direction. Because of this pattern that still remains. And only if we get some, I think personally, some good upside followed by a light correction and then upside will see momentum, or a clear breakout followed by a flag and continuation. Those are only times that I would be more confident that there's going to be a bigger impulse. All right, pound dollar did get a bigger bounce to the upside. Seems to be, that's something we said already, that is probable because of the bigger support zone here and the sideways range that's taking place. So we had ABC, ABC, ABCs like this within this sideways range ultimately. Price was back at the bottom and did show good momentum to the upside. It's now making a hook back and could be a bouncing spot if it is able to make one more rally into this resistance in the top of that sideways zone. Looking at the daily chart, we see that price is being squeezed between the 21 and the 144 EMA like this, waiting for a break of this, sideways correction or triangle makes sense. And if you get a good breakout candle to the downside or to the upside, there could be follow through to either direction. For the moment, we had a bullish candle at support, so I'm leaning towards the upside. And if we get a 4-hour candlestick confirmation here, a break above the 21 EMA on the 4-hour chart is one thing, or some candlestick pattern here to indicate that price is making a pullback and bounce could be another thing to wait for. On the hourly chart, break above the 21 EMA and the weekly pivot point, break, pullback, continue could be one way of trading a potential bounce if this is indeed up, down, up. If not, then price is going to break. We're going to see bearish candlesticks control and keep in control and eventually break below this 130, 129.75 bottom. If we get a good daily candle below that, that's what I'm waiting for, that daily candle. Look for a bear flag on the hourly chart. That's what I'll be doing. And then a break below that bear flag. So on lower time frames, I would not be trading it to the downside unless I see that daily candle confirmation. And then I would trade it on lower time frames tomorrow or the day after. Or whenever that daily candle appears, the day after that. If we get a bounce here, then today or tomorrow, if we don't get this bearish candle to the downside, right, there's a reason for a bounce at this moment. So downside only after a strong daily candle. Upside, as I said, 4-hour candlestick patterns or 4-hour 21 EMA break or 1-hour 21 EMA break. All of that is, in my eyes, some options to trade the pound dollar to the upside. That said, pound dollar has the pound in it, which is very dependent on Brexit and Brexit news and the entire process around that, and is heavily influenced and impacted by all of that. So be careful of that, and be careful of the news specifically regarding to Brexit. Of course, could be really rocking the pound dollar and the pound in general to either direction. All right, so I definitely recommend taking a look at ECS Live channel and our link here where you can find more information. I think you're going to enjoy it. I think you're going to learn a lot from our channel, from our Telegram channel. Setting up Telegram is very easy, and you just get automatic messages from us with updates of our analysis, webinars, our trading ideas, and I think it's a service that you will enjoy, you will learn from, and will make you take that next step as a trader. So hope to see you join our community. In any case, thanks for watching and see you soon. Cheers.